welcome back to our Survive in Java Series 2 season. Ow. Yeah, full damage hurts when you haven't got feather falling on. So we are over here at the main zoo building, and that's because today we're going to be focusing on progressing with our project, our big zoo project. And I've jumped loads of different camera views there. We should actually put on our clothing. I've already sort of designed a... I need to put these other elytra away. Yeah. Go into there. Thank you. I'm not too sure why I had the second set. I think it's because Steak borrowed them. We are running low on food though, so what we are going to do is head on over to Cloud space, which should be in this general direction. And hopefully he's made us packed lunches for today. He's been pretty much like my key source of food, and I just sort of drop him some diamonds each time I come by, and he's actually making some decent progress with his temple build. Oh wow, yeah, it's coming along very nicely. Yeah, he gets so much done in like a minuscule amount of time compared to me, and the amount of time and hours I put on the server, everything I do seems to be like immensely grindy. That chews up my time, like clearing out chunks and whatnots, and oh my god. Yeah, if you're wondering what this is about, I've got a texture pack on, what is it called? I've got a few texture packs on recrafted mobs. I've also got these are a few that I just added. These are literally just texture packs like to work with Optifine. So recrafted mobs adds different variation textures for mobs randomly. The visual axolotl buckets allow you to see what colour axolotl is in each bucket so you can better organise them. And enchanted weapons basically adds a different sort of effect to your weapon pending the enchants you got on it. So as you can see with my sword, because it's got smite on, it's got like this little flame thing in the middle. And then the blood thing means this, I think it's like sweeping edge. The same with the piercing crossbow, it's got like black tips and curves to the edges. And then the trident's got like a little particle effect, not on the actual trident when you're holding it, but in the image so that you can see that it's a riptide one, so it's got like little water particles. The channeling trident looks wicked because it's got like a lightning bolt on it. But yeah, it's just like little things, and recrafted mobs adds like the textures from the Minecraft dungeons onto the game. So apparently baby chickens have the chance of being these little key things for some strange reason, and I can only assume that Sai has come over here and plastered the place with baby blue keys according to my texture pack. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the texture changes. Some of the mobs look pretty crazy, and we have got a Joy's packed lunchbox, which is freaking amazing. Thank you, Cloud. Let's get our goodies box out and let's give him a couple of diamonds. You should have an anvil somewhere. Where would he hide an anvil? Oh, it's over here. And let's go. Name these. Yummy. I don't even know what he's got as a packed lunch for me today. Where am I going? I get so turned around. I've got Joy's packed lunch and my 5 a day and keep hydrated. Thank you, Cloud. I will take 1 of my 5 a day because and to keep hydrated, the amount that I end up in water, I don't think that's necessary, but yeah, so we'll keep that there. Or you can put this away. So what we're going to be doing, I've already sort of designed a enclosure that I want to build for I'm not too sure what mob or creature I want to capture in it, but it's also a Jurassic Park world themed one. Oh wow, the sheep look a little bit nuts when they're dyed red. The pandas, I think they have not been affected. The hostile mobs have been. There's just slight different variations to the hostile mobs. But there is another texture pack that I did have. Which one is it? Improved hostiles. Which the skeletons look really freaking cool because they add the quivers on the skeletons' backs to hold the arrows, and they're a lot more 3D-ish and sort of hunched over. The creepers look amazing, so they've got like a broken skin with TNT poking out, but I really don't like the animation and the textures. Oh my god, them freaking chickens. The animations or the textures of the zombie ones, so I think I'll just stick with the mobs recrafted texture pack for now. But what I'm going to do is head over to an area and clear it out. Hopefully grab someone to help me clear it out, because it's going to, I know for a fact it's going to take a bit. And no stake, I'm not coming over to bring you one powered rail. You're like 4,500 blocks away. That is not going to happen today, especially when I've just started recording. Yeah, I'm going to head over to an area and clear it out, and I'll bring you back once it's all cleared. Alright, so we managed to clear out a fairly decent sized chunk of the jungle here. I did actually, thankfully, have Sai come over and help me sort of clear it out and flatten out the terrain a little bit ready for building, because it's a fairly large enclosure. And if you want to see where we are based, like our main zoo building's up here, and we've cleared out this sort of area for our first sort of enclosure. And we will obviously be connecting everything through pathways, and I do believe that Sai and Clowd are going to be connecting their areas with a river to go boating back and forth. So technically my tree is already connected by a water source. I just need to open it up and make it more accessible in order to get round. And like the entire area is pretty much connected with a constant river that flows through. So getting around via that would not actually be a bad idea. And I'll also want an overground rail system in order to go view all of the enclosures, which might be an idea. I do think that's a temple as well. I'll go check that out in a bit. But yeah, we've got this area all cleared out and ready to build on now. So we are going to crack on. I've got all of the resources. So we've got a bunch of stone, smooth stone, bits and pieces like lighting, a bunch of deep slate, and a bunch of iron bars, because what enclosure is going to be decent enough without having some iron bars. I've also brought over a bunch of decorational blocks, so we've got a bunch of carpets and moss blocks, more moss blocks, and obviously a bunch of the flowering azaleas. I don't think we're going to use them inside of here, because the creature that I am leaning towards probably isn't going to do well with foliage and trees, and you'll find that out afterwards. So we're going to crack on with this build, and I'll probably bring you back after it's all done. Yeah, catch you back in a bit. Alright guys, so it took around about, not too long actually. The total build time is probably the better part of about, why am I sleeping halfway through an Energist? Around about 4 to 5 hours in total to build it all. That's not including the area at the time it took me inside to strip the area. But I'm quite happy with the way that the actual builds come out, and it's as close to the Octagon Raptor pen that I could get it. The only differences are the supporting structures in the actual movie Jurassic World. The supporting beams coming out from the sides are actually on each of the corners, and trying to get a diagonal that's on the diagonal of a diagonal and a straight, it did not come out looking good each time I tried it, because you'd have to have like 2, then 1, then 2, then 1, and then it would be like 2 and then 1 in this direction, and it was looking so, it ended up looking like a rounded structure rather than just a supporting structure. So it was just impossible within the confines of Minecraft. Without building this on an even bigger scale, there's no way I was going to get that to work. The staircase itself is on a diagonal instead of a straight, just because it looked better, and I wanted to put the supporting beams on the straights rather than on the corners. That way I wasn't losing out on them entirely. We have then got the pen area over here, which is where they obviously bring in and out the creatures. And then you've got the main gate on the far side as well, which is overlooked by the spotlights up above. So this would be the main gate, and then you've got the spotlights up above. We've got the little warning lights dotted around the outside, which I really like, just indicated by redstone torches, just to show you that it's going to be like a hostile animal pen. And I do apologise for that, but I'm going to have to mute my phone. And just actually Mac. Okay, so yeah, I'm quite happy with the way it's done. Now the internal area obviously still needs to be sorted. Let's go to video settings and check it out in shaders, because we enjoy watching stuff in shaders, well, looking at stuff in shaders, should I say. The internal, like the interior of the pen, because I was thinking as to what creatures or hostile mobs to have inside of it, I have decided what I want in it, but I'm not going to tell you until probably the next episode, when we actually move the creature inside the pen. So head up to a better vantage point up here. Yeah, I do really like it, especially with all the little red lights dotted around the outside. I wish we could see it at night though. Yeah, I've literally only just slept the night away, so I don't fancy keeping you hanging for around about 10 minutes while the sun goes down. But what I could probably do is just bring you back when it starts coming to night time. So yeah, let's check out when it starts getting to nightfall. Alright, so we're coming to nightfall now, and it is actually looking pretty nice. I have actually had to reduce my render distance, because my FPS, oh my god, with shaders in the jungle, it just gets absolutely tanked. Which wouldn't be so bad. Like, if you look in the top right, I'm getting like 22 FPS at the moment, and it's not like I'm running on a very old machine. Like, I'm running what is it, a GTX 1070 with an i7 processor, so it's not like state of the art, but it's definitely not like a machine being run by a hamster on a wheel, and I've not got much running else in the background. But yeah, the jungle with shaders just tanks my FPS. I was down to about 10-15 with my render distance at 16 chunks, so I dropped it down to 8, and it sort of hovers around 22. But nevertheless, let's get rid of that overlay quickly. That does look pretty cool with the lights, and all of the walkway around is spawn proofed, and obviously the central section is half slab, so don't really need to worry about that. And yeah, I actually really like it. Also at night we get the illumination. I think it could well be because of just the amount of different resource packs I've got, and at night time I have this illumination thing as well. So I get all of these like little firefly things that sort of float around. But yeah, I do like it. But nevertheless, let's switch shaders off before it just blows my PC up. Let me go video, shaders, turn them off for a second. And then we can head back towards our tree, because I need to sort out my inventory before we go check out the last thing for today's episode. And the last thing that I want to check out today is actually a project that me and Max have been working on since the beginning of the season, and I'm yet to show it. And I don't want to just like one day say, well, this is what we've been working on for the last 3 months, because it's a fairly decent sized project, but I do need to sort out my inventory because it is just chock-a-block full of garbage. So let's just head on down to our tree. And, oh my god, we're getting more and more chickens. I know that when we checked out Cloud's base, I thought that Sai had just invested all of the eggs over there, but I'm fairly sure she's gone and invested them here in a dispenser system somewhere. So yeah, I've got my neutrals turned off on the little mini-map in the top right, so I can't even use that in order to spot. There's a chicken on the roof. 2 chickens, how? I killed the last ones that I found on the roof. So they can't fly up, so is it going to be like up here somewhere? Well, I can't hear chickens up here, so I don't think it's up there. There's a lot of clucking. There's a baby one. Get lost. More baby ones. Aha. There. Oh my god. Okay. Can we I don't want, yeah. I can just pick these up like so. Well, at least we've got some eggs now. If we just break that. Oh, there's a shulker full of eggs. And they were using chickens in order to activate. I thought they had like a chicken sitting on a hopper that was doing it. Well, yeah, gone through nearly a shulker of eggs apparently, but you know what, I get a shulker out of it and I've got a bunch of eggs. Thank you. And we've got some food. That should hopefully stop that for now, just to avoid more chickens being dotted about everywhere. But yeah, I'm going to sort out my inventory quickly, get rid of these boxes that I've got on me, and then I will bring you back once we head over to the last stop of the day. Okay, now that my inventory is all sorted, we can actually head off. And by sorted, I mean I've just left all of the boxes ready to be sorted out inside, and yeah, I'll get to that afterwards because I'm going to have a bunch more boxes similar to organise straight after I've finished working in this area that we're going to be heading to now. So last season, if you followed it, we was working on and off on a quad witch hut for pretty much the entire season, trying to get cleared out, and we got up to the stage where we was running a world eater, but then the sort of server sort of died down and we was having server troubles with sort of lag issues, and so sort of just halted the project, and I'm heading the wrong way. But this time round, the server itself is being run on a much more better system and it's a lot more stable regardless of how many people are on. So we have also got a seed this time with also another quad witch hut, and me and Max been working on it sort of on and off since we first started on the server. Mac done like the outline. We are probably going to have to increase our render distance just slightly so that we can see everything, so let's put it up by 12. So yeah, we're going for a circle perimeter this time, which may have been a error in judgment because it does take a lot longer, and we can't run a world eater with a circle perimeter. We could, but we would have to square off the central area to run a world eater, because obviously it's a square shaped running flying machine that just runs back and forth. But what we've ended up doing is initially we've invited people around here to clear out what they can whenever they want, and then we realised no one really fancies digging nearly as much as me and Mac enjoy it, and me and Mac has clocked up a lot of stone dug, like where are my statistics? General items mined. Stone, I'm at 380,000 now, and it's just going to be going up. So because obviously no one else is really coming over here that much to dig, me and Mac decided to drain it all, and what we have now been doing is just prioritising the outer edges, and then once the outer edges are done, we're going to be running just standard carpet bombers to get rid of the central areas, and we're just going to be running them in smaller segments. So we'll do like a strip coming along here to then run acrosswards, and then we'll just set up little ones going along bit by bit, rather than having to clear out every single chunk by hand. And we are very close to being nearly done. Like, we've got maybe the final 3 or 4 chunks left. Let me bring up our grid here. So Mac, I do believe, is working on this area just up over here. Okay, so he has actually finished off that chunk. So what I'll be doing is starting from this chunk here, work my way across here, and then cut it down to this area here, and then bring it back out this way. So how many chunks is that in total? So it's like about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5, 6. It's roughly within a region of about 7 chunks left to dig out, which in fairness it is not that much. Like, I can usually come over here and get about 3 or 4 chunks done within a space of around about 2 or 3 hours, and Mac, I know, has been caning getting loads of chunks done over the last couple of days, or last week or so. He's cleared out the majority of all of this side here, and I'll come over in between sort of recording and I'll start clearing out chunks, and it's been pretty much the main source of any of our valuable resources that we've needed. Like, me and Mac both not hurting for stone or redstone at the moment, and coal we were never really worried about because we've got the Nether mob farm that Steak obviously helped us build quite a lot of. Like, when I say helped us build off, he done pretty much the majority of the legwork with it. I sort of came along and sort of just helped out after he found the area, and sort of the grindy part of it I chipped in for. But yeah, we're not sort of hurting for fuel sources thanks to that farm. And I don't even know what that little alert thing was for. I know it's Discord related, but whenever I get that... Oh, hello. What have we got here? Stone, cobble, 3 shulkers by the looks of it. But I'm also not hurting for shulkers, so it's not really a worry. I've only got like 5 empty shulkers on me, so that way I could start digging straight away. And I did set up the final couple of beacons over here in order to get this last area dug out. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. We will more than likely next episode be working on getting our first mob caught for our big zoo project, and I've already got a mob in mind, and I'm sure you're eager to find out come next episode, because I'm probably going to try to rope a couple of people into helping me, because it's not the easiest of mobs to try to capture and keep in that enclosure. But let's get rid of these grids and let's bring up this. But hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully we will be on our way to actually getting a lot more of this done by the time you come back and check out how it's doing. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.